Just one answer was allowed. What's the most serious recent violation of the Constitution? And at the top is the disobeying of court orders, followed by the arrest and failure to release and the deportation of Miguna in February.
Let's not get reactions on this poll by Ipsos. Sinnovator reporter Lofty Matambo is now joining us live from Parliament. He's on standby with the Majority Whip Benjamin Washiali. Lofty, good afternoon. As it turns out, from this poll, supporters of the ruling Jubilee Party and slightly higher than supporters of opposition parties. What does Benjamin Washiali have to say on the same?
Thank you very much, Michelle. A very good afternoon to you. Basically, apart from the Ipsos Innovate report that you're trying to put context into it, basically taking comments from members of parliament, remember there's so much that has happened over the week. 2 days ago, the infamous statement from the CS of Interior, Fred Matiang'i, about having a clique of evil judges, so to say, that basically are working with the activists from the opposition. Some of the areas that Benjamin Washiali, Honorable Benjamin Washiali, is going to comment on, having that perception or that notion that now the executive arm of government is fighting the courts, or rather the other arms of government. So basically, joining me here is Benjamin Jomo Washiali. Remember, he also the member of parliament of Mumias East. Good afternoon, Mheshimiwa.
Good afternoon.
Thank you very much for joining us on KTN News.
Thank you so much, KTN News.
Yes, starting right away, what would you attribute the numbers, according to Ipsos Innovate, of Jubilee supporters growing to?
I think naturally human beings would want to associate themselves with the winners. And as we speak, Jubilee is the winner. Two, it is also the way we did our politics. Because if you remember very well, we had a number of political parties that we united together to form a party called Jubilee. Yes. Unlike our brothers who remained in their own individual parties and then brought in what we majorly call in politics a coalition. Therefore, a party, a political party and a coalition is different. It's just like having a father with many mothers and having a father with one mother. You'll find children of one mother, one father, one mother, having being more closer than those ones with several mothers. And that's the difference between Jubilee and NASA. So the numbers of Jubilee supporters growing is not abnormal. It's normal, and we expected this to happen because as we are focused on one presidential candidate and one party and one people, and that's what we are going for.
Will you attribute it to the famous handshake between Raila Odinga and Uhuru Kenyatta?
I want to maybe just add that even for Raila to come to shake hands with the president, it means that we were the stronger side. He would not have come to shake hands with the president if the president was leading a weaker entity, a weaker party. Therefore, it is it attributes, but he also just came, just like the ex fans now, the supporters of Jubilee who are now growing by day. I'm sure he's one of them, just trying to appreciate what has been done in a better way.
There has been so much spoken or said by members of the coalition NASA. Yes. And I remember 2 days ago, Honorable Duale said that they should not pressurize Honorable Raila Odinga. Do you think there's too much pressure given to Raila Odinga by the members of NASA coalition?
Of course, there is an aspect of people or the public or the supporters of NASA feeling cheated by their boss. I don't know what they expected him to do, because I am sure in terms of politics he had done what he could do, and for him to have made the decision he made to join the president for a historical handshake was like he was not seeing an option in another way. Therefore, the people of NASA supporters, they should allow Raila to make decisions because what an old man can see while he's seated down is what a young man may not see while standing. Therefore, they should allow him to proceed with the decisions he has made, because what it has helped, and I will tell you for free, that at least the political temperature in this country has come down, which is very, very key to the development of the country, which is very important.
Mheshimiwa, I believe you share with me the school of thought that you in Jubilee government, rather ruling party, you need the opposition, a strong opposition to keep you in check. What do you think should be done to NASA, or should NASA members of parliament do to make sure that the opposition is as strong as it is required in any democratic kind of government?
From the enactment of our new constitution 2010, August 27th, you realize, like now, Parliament, we don't have opposition and government side, because Parliament is supposed to be checking what the government, the executive, is supposed to be doing, and that's why you saw the other day the Committee on Administration, led by Honorable Paul Koinange, summoning the CS in charge of administration and all these business of registration and what have you, on the issue of Miguna. That was check. The Parliament was checking what was taking place in the executive.
So you're saying we don't need opposition because there are already a number of committees in Parliament?
The system has changed, and Kenyans, having approved the constitution themselves, I'm sure they must have been educated to a level where they should understand that the opposition, as it were last time, where like now Parliament had opposition and proposition which was government, is no longer the case. Parliament as one unit has a system, as an approach of checking what is happening in the executive, and therefore here we don't have opposition or government side. All of what the role of government is to check what is happening in government. Therefore, with or without NASA, the government will still have to be checked.
Okay, let's revisit CS Matiang'i's comments, yes, analyzing them connotatively. Yes. Do you think the executive arm of government is fighting judiciary?
I would want to say no, because I listened to Matiang'i very well, and I don't want to repeat what he said. But we have also been watching that any issue to do with NASA, you will find a particular judge handling that case. What happens to the other judges? And you wonder why it is him who always is in the forefront in making judgment in such matters.
But Judge Maraga put it, Mheshimiwa, there are a number of cases that NASA has won, also a number of cases that Jubilee has won. So the idea that Matiang'i says there's a clique of judges who are working with the opposition or activists, do you think is one that can be called?
No, yes, it's true, because, judges are human beings. And I will tell you for free, even Maraga, as a Chief Justice, in his heart, he may not say it now, but in his heart, at least there was someone he had wanted him to win these elections. Even down to the constituency, there must be someone whom he would have wished he was the MP. So they are human beings we are dealing with. If now the executive is pointing out those human beings who may have been opposed to the winning on the other side, it's not fighting the entire institution. It's just trying to point out the feelings of individual judges, which I think Matiang'i was trying to point out. Mm-hmm. Therefore, it is not the aspect of executive fighting judiciary. No. It's just characters that I think Matiang'i, as a CS of